Rising atop Coleman Hill in Macon, Georgia, the Johnston-Felton-Hay House has presided over the city's skyline for over 160 years, a brick and marble palazzo so grand that locals dubbed it the Palace of the South. Hi everyone, Ken here. Hit that subscribe button and let's explore this house. Built from 1855 to 1859 by Colonel Johnston and his wife, this Italian Renaissance Revival mansion astonished Antebellum Georgians accustomed to white-column Greek Revival homes. The Johnstons had just returned from a 3-year grand tour of Europe where they wandered through the palaces of Florence and Rome, gathering inspiration and art for their own dream home. Back in Macon, a city then far from Europe's cultural centers, they poured their cosmopolitan vision and substantial fortune into creating an 18,000 square foot, 4-level residence crowned by an octagonal cupola that beckoned to the Renaissance. The result was a tour de force of architecture and art that was soon revered as one of the most elaborate private homes in the American South. Inside and out, the Hay House, as it's commonly known today, showcased an uncommon blend of old-world design and new technology. Architect T. Thomas drew up a symmetrical, villa-like plan with twin-wing facades and a 2-story cupola, emphasizing arches, curves, and perfect balance, a dramatic departure from the straight lines of plantation mansions of the era. Even more impressive were the home's cutting-edge amenities. In an age when most southern homes relied on outhouses and fireplaces, the Johnstons' mansion boasted hot and cold running water, indoor flushing toilets, and gas lighting, virtually unheard of luxuries in the 1850s. The owners even installed a French lift, a small hand-operated elevator anticipating modern conveniences decades before they were common. The house was ingeniously designed for comfort. The tall cupola doubled as a ventilation chimney, drawing hot air up and out, while a vent tunnel funneled cool air from the ground, an early form of air conditioning driven purely by 19th century science. Within its walls, the house was equally a showcase of Gilded Age artistry and culture. The Johnstons had filled their home with treasures from abroad, Italian marble fireplaces carved from Carrara stone, fine porcelain and sculptures from Europe, and walls adorned in trompe-l'oeil paintings and faux marble finishes by imported craftsmen. Visitors in the 1860s would step into a soaring entrance hall glittering with plaster moldings gilded in 24-karat gold leaf. Ceilings soared over 30 feet high in the grand rooms, including a 50-foot-long central art gallery and music room illuminated by a stained glass skylight. Under that colorful skylight, the Johnstons displayed the paintings and sculptures they collected on their travels, such as Ruth Gleaning, a marble statue commissioned in Florence in 1857. Rich oak, walnut, mahogany, and rosewood were used in wainscoting and custom cabinetry, while intricate stencils and carved details embellished every surface. The mansion's very structure was a gallery of art and innovation, meant to evoke the refined grandeur of a Florentine palazzo, a fitting environment for the Johnstons' cosmopolitan lifestyle in the heart of Georgia. By the late 19th century, the Johnston daughters were grown, and the mansion was poised to enter a new chapter. In 1888, Mary Ellen Johnston married Judge William H. Felton, linking the house to another prominent Georgia family. The Felton era brought updates befitting the turn of the century. The Feltons remodeled parts of the house, laid modern indoor plumbing lines, and significantly, installed electricity for lighting and newly invented appliances. This chapter came to a close in 1926 when Judge Felton and Mary Ellen both passed away, prompting their heirs to place the venerable mansion on the market. The Hay family became the third and final family to call the mansion home. In 1926, businessman Parksley Hay and his wife Maud purchased the property and soon set about refashioning it for the Jazz Age. Parks Hay, founder of a successful life insurance company in Macon, had the means and vision to update the house while respecting its historic character. The Hays modernized the decor throughout, replacing heavy Victorian drapery and clutter with cleaner lines and eclectic styles of the 1920s. They introduced new furnishings, lightened color schemes, and made the sprawling old mansion feel compatible with 20th century taste. Outside, the Hays enhanced the grounds, adding the front driveway and brick gateposts still in use today, and redesigned the gardens with terraced lawns, a fish pond, and flowering plants. The Hays lived in the mansion for over 3 decades. Mr. Hay passed away in 1957, and after his wife's passing in 1962, the family decided that this piece of history should be shared with the public. In 1962, the Hay heirs established the P.L. Hay Foundation and opened the doors of their former home as a private house museum. This act ensured that the legacy of the Johnstons, Feltons, and Hays, and the architectural marvel that bound them together, would be preserved for future generations. The timing was fortuitous. Americans were increasingly recognizing the value of saving historic homes, and the Hay House was quickly lauded as a treasure. It was declared a National Historic Landmark in 1974 for its national significance in architecture and design. A few years later, in 1977, stewardship of the property was entrusted to the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation, which accepted the mansion to ensure its long-term preservation. Under the Georgia Trust's care, the Hay House has undergone extensive, ongoing restoration, all while remaining open to the public. Many of the Johnston and Hay family furnishings and art remain on display, and stepping inside can feel like traveling back in time, from the Italianate splendor of the 1860s to the chic updates of the 1920s. And with that, I'll turn it over to you. What did you think about this Palace of the South? Let me know down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an exciting episode of this house.